Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay. In the last lecture, we had discussed some results about superior and limit inferior. Okay. So, what is the relation between limit superior, limit inferior, and limit of a sequence? So, by
Sir.
what is the relation between limit superior of a sequence, limit inferior of a sequence, and limit of a sequence? Suppose you have given sequence xn, and let us assume that xn is convergent. Then, what is its limit superior? And let's assume that limit of xn is x or L. Then what is its limit superior? Suppose limit of xn equal to x, then what is limit superior and limit inferior of the sequence x?
Limit superior is equal to limit n tends to infinite. Superior xk, where k greater or equal to
I'm
n.
not asking you a definition. See, I'm asking you result. So recall that if xn is convergent sequence, then lim sup of xn suppose xn is convergent, then its limit superior and limit inferior both are same, and its limit is equal to limit of a sequence. So this was the result that we have discussed in the last lecture. Then also we have seen that limit superior of xn is the largest cluster point. And limit inferior of sequence is the smallest cluster point of sequence x. Now let me put example. Um, Find here and limit inferior. For the following sequences. So let me take the first one. Xn is defined as integer bracket by 5 for this sequence xn. What is its lim sup? We want to find out limit superior of the sequence. How would we proceed? We go in area. I want to find out lim sup of the sequence. See, for any n belongs to n, N has the following possibility. N is of the form either 5k, plus 1, 5k plus 2, 5k plus 3, and 5k plus 4. There is no other choice for n. So if you take any integer, then it is of the form either 5k plus 1, 5k plus 2, 5k plus 3, or 5k plus 4. Obey, give me any integer, positive integer.
16.
60, 60.
16, no.
16, okay. So 16 has which form among these 5?
5k plus 1.
5k plus 1. Now Vibhav is saying that I am not saying 16, I want to say 60. 60. And Vibhav, 60 is which
हाँ
form?
सर
60,
5k
5k, yes. Okay. So if you take any positive integer, then it must of the form either or among any one of these 5. Okay. So and one thing is this is integer bracket function. Okay. So if you take any n belongs to n, then this is additive. Integer bracket function is additive. This is nothing but bracket x plus n. You can take outside of this bracket. If you, what I mean, suppose you want to say, let me take 16 by, let us say, 3. I want to find out. So you know what is integer bracket function of this. You will get 5 point something, isn't it? 5 point something. So bracket is just 5. Okay. If you divide 16 by 3, then answer as 5 point something. So integer bracket function of 5 point something is just, you will get as 5. Now you can write 16 by 3 as 5 1 by 3, or you may write in this pattern also 5 plus 1 by 3, isn't it? Away. If you simplify this, you will
Yes,
get
sir.
answer 16 by 3. Therefore 16 by 3 is equal to bracket of 5 plus 1 by 3. Now since 5 is integer, this answer must be this. And now 1 upon 3, 0 point something, 0 plus, and we know that, so this is true in general. Okay, I want to explain this concept. For every n belongs to n, x plus n, integer bracket function of x plus n is equal to integer bracket of x plus n. Okay, so now if you take this for n equal to 5k, so xn is of the form for any n, suppose n is equal to 5k, then 5k. So here you will get k, 5 gets cancelled, and integer bracket of k, so k minus k, so answer will be 0. If you take 5k plus 1, so here you will get, so let me, write in this pattern. Suppose first of all let me take n equal to 5k. Then xn is given by 5k by 5 minus 5k upon 5. So 5 gets cancelled. So the answer here is here minus here also 5 gets cancelled. K is positive integer, so bracket of this is just you will get k. Okay, so the answer is 0. So in case of n equal to 5k, xn is 0. Okay, now let me consider another case. N equal to 5k plus 1, then xn is 5k plus 1 upon 5 minus 5k plus 1 upon 5 in bracket of this. Now you can write this in this way also, minus, now this is the bracket function of 5k upon 5 plus 1 by 5. K is integer, okay. So this 5 gets cancelled, minus this can be written in this way separately. 5 plus bracket of 1 by 5. Now what is integer bracket of 1 by 5? This is 0. Sorry, here k, I should write k, not. Minus k. Now what is the integer bracket of 1 by 5? 0. K gets cancelled. Yes. The reason is this. For every n belongs to n, bracket of x plus n is equal to bracket of x plus n. So I have applied this result here. See, k is integer, so you can take an outside of this integer bracket. Integer bracket function of 1 by 5 is 0. So k gets cancelled, so the answer is 1 by 5. So similarly, समझ में आ गया? Do you understand what I am saying?
हाँ सर.
So similarly, for n equal to 5k plus 2, you will get xn is equal to 2 by 5. Then for n equal to 5k plus 3, you will get xn is equal to 3 by 5. Xn is equal to 4 by 5. Okay. So these are the only possible values of xn. Therefore, for every n belongs to n, xn belongs to 0, 1 by 5, 2 by 5, 3 by 5, and 4 by 5. So these are the cluster points of the sequence xn. This is a set of cluster point of sequence xn. Here the subsequence is C. For each and every separate n, you will have one subsequence. First is x5k, second is 5k plus 1. So x5k converts to which point? Okay. This tends to
0.
then x5k plus 1 tends to,
1
okay, so on. x5k plus 4 tends to, so this is a cxn. Do you understand? Vaibhav?
Sir.
This is set of cluster points of sequence xn. Okay?
Sir.
Now I am asking you another question in between. Is xn convergent?
Yes, sir.
Convergent. Then what is its
No, sir.
limit? See, we have seen one result. If xn is convergent, then every subsequence converges to the same point x. Suppose xn tends to x. Here there are 5 subsequences and all of them are converging and converge to different points. Okay, what does this mean? Xn can never be convergent. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
This sequence is not convergent sequence. These are the set of cluster points. In the last lecture we
सर
have. Yes, please.
मेरा एक क्वेश्चन था सर
हाँ बोलो बोलो.
कि हमें जो क्लस्टर पॉइंट मिलते हैं वो हमें सिर्फ कन्वर्जन के लिए मिलते हैं कि डाइवर्जन के लिए भी मिलते हैं.
ये सीक्वेंस तो डाइवर्जेंट है ना, देखिए. सीक्वेंस itself is divergent sequence. This is not a convergent sequence.
हाँ सर. तो हमें कन्वर्जेंट और
क्या है क्लस्टर पॉइंट की डेफिनेशन क्या है? पॉइंट x belongs to R is said to be a cluster point of sequence xn if there exists a subsequence xnk of xn such that xnk tends to x as k tends to infinity. तो यहाँ पे देखिए ये 5 पॉइंट्स है 0, 1/5, 2/5, 3/5 और 4/5. ये पांचों पॉइंट के लिए मुझे एक एक सब सीक्वेंस मिलेगी. तो मैंने तो ऐसा बोल दिया. तो अभय इज आस्किंग मी क्वेश्चन, सर 0 के लिए कौन से सब सीक्वेंस आप मुझे देंगे, प्लीज बताइए मेहरबानी करके. तो मैंने बोला कि 0 के लिए x5k है ना, ये सब सीक्वेंस है. दिस इज अ सब सीक्वेंस ऑफ ओरिजिनल सीक्वेंस xk एंड फॉर दिस x5k टेंड्स टू 0. बाद में श्रेयांश ने बोला सर 0 के लिए तो आपने ठीक है बता दिया, 1/5 के लिए कौन से सब सीक्वेंस देंगे, तो ये हो. बाद में सर्वोत्तम ने बोला 2/5 के लिए. तो ये पॉइंट्स के लिए मुझे सब सीक्वेंस मिल रही है, उसके अलावा मुझे किसी भी पॉइंट के लिए नहीं मिलेगी. ठीक है.
हाँ सर.
So these are the only cluster points of sequence xn. In the last lecture I have seen that lim sup is nothing but largest cluster point. तो यहाँ पे मैक्सिमम ऑफ 0, 1/5, 2/5, 3/5 एंड 4/5 क्या होगा उसका लिंक सूप. समझ में आया?
हाँ सर.
स्मॉलेस्ट क्लस्टर So smallest cluster point is 0. So limit inferior of sequence xn is 0. तो ये मुझे मिला. ठीक है. बाद में let me take another example. So, by the way, what is Wester's completeness principle? Every monotonically increasing bounded above sequence is convergent. Let me take that type of example. So consider the sequence xn defined as the first term of the sequence is 1 and general term xn plus 1 is given by 2xn plus 3 by 2. Prove that xn is convergent. See, so This is the sequence. First term of the sequence is given and general term is given by this formula. So this is known as recurrence relation. ऐसे जो रिलेशन दिया होता है ना उसको हम रिकरेंस रिलेशन बोलते हैं. क्या बोलते हैं? रिकरेंस रिलेशन. Find limit of x in this case. See here, in order to prove, we shall use Weierstrass completeness principle. Prove xn is convergent. So what is Weierstrass completeness principle? Either we should show xn is increasing and bounded above, or we should show xn is decreasing and bounded below. So in our case, we shall prove that xn is monotonically increasing and bounded above. Okay. So see, x1 is given. One. Now how to get x2 from this recurrence relation? Xn plus 1 is nothing but 2xn plus 3 by 4. So how to get x2 from this recurrence relation? Just put n equal to 2 or n equal to 1. So x2 is nothing but, if I take n equal to 1, 2x1 plus 3 by 4. So x1 is 1, so 2 plus 3 by 4, so 5 by 4. So 5 by 4 is nothing but 1 plus 1 by 4, which is less than 2. Okay. Now if you take n equal to, let us take n equal to 2 in 1, then you will get x3 equal to 2x2 plus 3 by 4. x2 is nothing but 5 by 4 from here. So the answer is 11 by 4. Therefore x3, 11 by 4 is nothing but, tell me how much?
11 by 8 आएगा ना सर?
8. I should put here 8. Sorry. 4 is not there, but it should be 8. Okay. Eleven by 8 means 1 3 by 8, which is less than 2. Okay. So similar way, what is x4 and so on. So every time xn is also increasing by looking at pattern of x1, x2 and x3. See, x1 is 1, then x2 is 1 by 4, which is bigger than 1. This is x3 is 1 1 1 3 by 8. So if you multiply by 2 here, 2 upon 8 is, which is smaller than 3 by 8, so x2 is less than x3. Note that x1 less than x2 less than x3, and so on. Similarly, you can show that by induction on n, principle of mathematical induction, x4 is less than n, so on. Therefore, xn is less than 2 for every n belongs to n, and xn is increasing. So you understand? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Therefore, by Weierstrass completeness principle, the sequence is convergent. Okay. So now let me take limit of sequence L. See, एक चीज मैं आपको बता देता हूँ. So keep this thing in your mind. If limit of xn is L, then limit of xn plus 1 is also L. As n goes to infinity, लिमिट में कोई चेंज नहीं होगा. यहाँ पे n plus 1 रखिए या n, वो L ही रहेंगे. ठीक है. So let me take this to be L. Now also we know that xn plus 1. What is recurrence relation between xn plus 1 and xn? It is given by 2xn plus 3 by 4. Now take limit as n tends to infinity on both the sides. So left side you will get this. On right side you will get 2xn plus 3 by 4. Now what is this limit? L. This is 2l plus 3 by 4. Now bring 4 on right side. So you will get 4l is equal to 2l plus 3. Therefore 2l is equal to 3. So what is L, or what is limit of sequence xn? Is 3 by 2. So this is the answer of this example. Now let me take another example. What does it help us? Let us see. So I have used Weierstrass completeness principle. Suppose you want to show that some sequence is convergent, then you must have to show that either it is increasing and bounded above, or it is decreasing and bounded below. So now let S1 is equal to root 2 and Sn plus 1 is given by root 2 root Sn for every n belongs to n. Then show that first one is this, Sn is monotonically increasing. Second one is this, Sn is bounded above. And third one is this, limit of Sn is 2. See, this is very easy. Suppose you show that it is monotonically increasing and bounded above. By Weierstrass completeness principle, it is convergent. Let us say its limit to be L. Then here you will get, by taking n tends to infinity, L is equal to root 2 into root L. So by taking square on both sides, L square equal to 2L. So that L equal to 2. solution. First, we show that here we have given that S1 is the root 2 and Sn plus 1 is given by root 2 root Sn for every n belongs to n. Okay. First, we show that Sn is monotonically increasing sequence. So how to show that Sn is monotonically increasing? You must have to show that is Sn less than Sn plus 1. Okay, less than or equal to or less than, and this is true for that. Now Sn plus 1 is equal to root 2 root Sn by taking square on both the sides. So this is nothing but, okay, now consider this Sn plus 1 square minus Sn square. Consider this expression. Okay, so this is nothing but, what is Sn plus 1 square? 2Sn minus Sn square. 2Sn minus, here also you can apply, replace n by n minus 1. So this is 2Sn minus 1. If I replace n plus 1 by n minus 1, then here I will get Sn, and this is equal to 2 Sn minus Sn minus 1. Okay, now so this is nothing but this. Therefore you can say that Sn plus 1 square greater than Sn square if and only if, see, this is positive, if and only if this is positive. What does this mean? Sn greater than Sn minus 1. Okay, so suppose I want to show that Sn is increasing, I must have to show that Sn plus 1 square greater than Sn square. Okay, now again apply the same argument. This is true if and only if. Now you can here replace n by n minus 1. Okay, so Sn square is greater than Sn minus 1 square. Same, repeat the same argument. This is true if and only if this is true. This is true if and only if this. So replace n if and only if S n minus 1 is greater than S minus 2 and so on. If and only if, continuing in this way, S2 is greater than S1. Let me say this to be 1. Now S1 is already given. Now let me evaluate. This is true if and only if this is true. तो मैं अगर ये प्रूव कर देता हूँ कि S2 is greater than S1 is true, or this is S2 is bigger than S1, then obviously Sn is monotonically increasing. S1 is root 2. So what is Sn, by the way? And Sn plus 1 is equal to root 2 root Sn. So now let me put n equal to 1. So you will get therefore S2 is 2, which is greater than root 2. Root 2 is S1. Therefore S2 greater than S1. Therefore by 1 I can say that Sn is greater than Sn minus 1 or Sn minus 1 for every n belongs to n. Therefore, Sn is monotonically increasing sequence. Okay. Now, we shall show that Sn is bounded sequence. Okay. Now, in order to show that Sn is bounded, we have this relation. See, Sn plus 1 square is greater than Sn square since Sn is increasing. This already we have proved. Okay. This implies that Sn square less than Sn plus 1 square. Now what is Sn plus 1 square? 2 times Sn. Okay. Now Sn gets cancelled. The reason is this. Sn is strictly greater than 0 for all n belongs to. So it is non-zero, so we can cancel from both the sides. And this is true for all n in n. Therefore, we can see from this Sn is less than 2 for every n belongs to n, or Sn is bounded above by 2. Therefore, Sn is convergent. So let me take its limit to be let us say its limit is L. Now, what is Sn plus 1 square is equal to 2 times Sn? Okay, by recurrence relation, by taking limit n tends to infinity on both the sides. Limit n goes to infinity, here you will get Sn plus 1 square is equal to limit n tends to infinity 2 times Sn. Now this limit is L. We know that xn has limit L and yn has limit m, then the product has a limit L into m. So here limit we will get L square 2L. Now 1L gets cancelled. Okay. Actually you will get L into L minus 2 equal to 0. So L has two possibilities, 0 and 2, but Sn is greater than 0 for all n belongs to n. Therefore, its limit is also positive. Therefore, L must be greater than 0. So therefore, L equal to 2. Okay. So therefore, limit of Sn is equal to 2. Clear? Abhay?
Sir.
So this is a very simple example. So we have used Weierstrass completeness principle. Now let me take another example. let x1 equal to 2, define xn plus 1 equal to 1 by 2 xn plus 2 by xn. Prove that so let's prove this. So xn is defining this way, x1 is equal to 2 and xn plus 1 is equal to 1 by 2 xn plus 2 by xn for n greater than equals to 1. Okay. See, so this implies that xn 2 times xn plus 1 is equal to, now take xn as LCM, xn square plus 2 divided by xn. This implies that 2xn plus 1 into xn is equal to 2. So now bring this term on right side. Which is a quadratic equation in xn. Okay. Now xn belongs to R. For every n belongs to us, we are considering just real sequences. Okay. So therefore, this must have real solution. So what is the condition to have real solution to quadratic equation? Its discriminant should be positive. Then and then only you will get it has real solution. Discriminant is given by b square minus 4ac. So what is b square in our case? B square is 4xn plus 1 square. B square minus 4 ac. What is a? Is 1. C is 2. This must be positive. Clear? Abhay?
Sir.
So therefore xn plus 1 square is greater than 4ac. What is c? Is 2. Sorry. So I should write here 2, not 3. Let me. So this is nothing but here 4xn plus 1 square minus 8 greater than 0. Divide throughout by 2. xn plus 1 square for every n belongs to n. Or you can say that for all n in n, xn, for all n in n, just replace n by k. So you can say that xk less than root 2 for all k belongs to n. Or root 2 is an upper bound of sequence xn, or xn is bounded above. See, we have used this technique. This is a very nice technique to show that xn is bounded above by some constant number. यहाँ पे देखिए, we have used the discriminant concept. ये real sequence है, so xn's are real for all n. अगोई वो तो हमें पता है, समझ में आ रहा है? हमें क्या पता है, xn's are real. तो यहाँ पे मैंने क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन मिला, उसका सॉल्यूशन भी रियल ही होना चाहिए, ठीक है? तो रियल होने के लिए कंडीशन कौन सी होनी चाहिए? डिस्क्रिमिनेंट मस्ट बी पॉजिटिव, ठीक है? क्लियर?
Yes.
Actually here I should write greater than equals to. So clear? So xn is bounded above sequence. Now we claim that xn is decreasing sequence. Now consider this difference, xn plus 1 minus xn. Now what is xn plus 1? It is given by this relation 1 by 2 xn plus 2 by xn. So let me replace xn plus 1 by this number, xn plus 2 by xn. I will keep xn as it is. Let me simplify this. So now let me bring this 1 by 2 inside. So xn by 2, 2 gets cancelled. So here 1 by xn minus xn. So this is 1 by xn minus, so xn by 2 minus xn. What is the answer? Tell me. Minus xn by 2, isn't it? Clear? Okay.
Sir.
This is nothing but by taking x2 into xn as LCM, 2 minus xn square. But this is less than or equal to 0. Why this is true? By 1, what is xk square? Less than or equal to 2. So this difference is less than 0. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है?
आ रहा है सर.
हाँ सर.
What does this mean? See, I want to show that xn is decreasing. In order to show xn is decreasing, I have considered this difference, xn plus 1 minus xn. Okay, and I need to show that this difference is less than or equal to 0, and I have shown. Clear? So from this you can say that xn is decreasing sequence. Therefore, it is convergent, monotonically decreasing in bounded below sequence is convergent. Okay.
सर हमने तो पर बाउंडेड एबो प्रूव किया ना.
No, sorry, this is wrongly I have written this. See, I should write here greater than equals to, not less than equal. By taking root, inequality will not be changed. Clear? Root 2 is a lower bound, bounded below. Sorry, I should write here. Clear?
हाँ सर.
Root 2 is a lower bound of xn. ठीक है, मैंने लिखा ऐसे ही, लेकिन यहाँ पे मैंने इंटरप्रिटेशन गलत कर दिया इसका. ठीक है, समझ में आ रहा है ना?
हाँ सर.
आ रहा है सर.
You may also write in this way. Don't worry. Clear now? So root 2 is a lower bound of xk or xn. Clear? So due to this, if you take square, 2 minus x k square is less than or equal to 0. So this denominator is 2 and numerator is less than or equal to 0. So the whole expression is less than or equal to 0, or xn is decreasing sequence. Therefore, xn is let me take limit of xn is L. Now, what is the recurrence relation? Xn plus 1 is given by 1 by 2 xn plus 2 by xn. By simplifying this, just take limit n tends to infinity xn plus 1 is equal to 1 by 2 limit n tends to infinity. I can take 1 by 2 outside of this limit since it is a constant. I apply algebra of limit and limit xn is L, so this is L plus 2 by, to bring this to, so L square plus 2L by L. Now again bring this L on right side, this is 2L square equal to L square plus 2 here, just not 2. Clear? Now bring this L square for L equal to plus or minus root 2. For L equal to root 2. The reason is this: xn is greater than 0 for all n belongs to n. Therefore, limit of xn, this is also for L greater than 0. So the limit of sequence is, we have proved that it is equal to clear? Away.
Yes, sir.
So this is a very nice example. Actually, you have used the technique discriminant, technique of quadratic equation. Fine, let me take another example. This is a very, yes. Let xn be a sequence of real numbers, and suppose limit n tends to infinity x to n is equal to a, which is equal to limit n tends to infinity x to n plus 1, then prove that limit of xn as n tends to infinity is also a. ये मैंने यहाँ पे आपको बोला था ना, xn की लिमिट a है तो xn प्लस 1 की भी लिमिट यही होगी, यही चीज है ये, ठीक है। ये दोनों की लिमिट a है तो ये इसकी भी लिमिट क्या प्रूव करनी है मुझे, ये xn, note that limit n tends to infinity x to n is equal to a is equal to limit n tends to infinity x to n plus 1. What is my claim? Limit n tends to infinity, I want to show that this is equal to a. So in order to show this, from where we should begin or how should we proceed? Vaibhav.
हाँ सर.
I want to show that limit of xn is equal to a. So what would be our first step?
Epsilon greater than 0.
Yes, so let us take epsilon greater than 0 be given. Now since, look at this, since limit of n tends to infinity x to n equal to a is equal to limit n tends to infinity x to n plus 1, there exist n1 and n2, two integers from n, so that whenever your n is bigger than n1, this implies that x to n minus a, this is less than epsilon, and whenever your n is greater than or equals to n2. Clear? Now I have got two integers n1 and n2. I need only one integer. So what should I do to get only one? Tell me, Abhay.
Maximum of n1 and n2.
Yes. Therefore, n1 less than or equal to n0, n2 less than or equal to n0. Therefore, for all n greater than or equals to n0, we get what we get. By taking maximum of n1 and n2, and we take n greater than or equals to n0. Therefore, for n greater than or equals to n0, see. So for all n greater than or equals to n0, this implies that n greater than or equals to n1, n greater than or equals to n2. This implies that these two are true. X to n minus a less than epsilon and x to n plus 1 minus a, both are true for the same n0. Now consider for any n greater than or equals to n0, let me consider this xn minus a, and this much less than epsilon. The reason is this: n is either 2k or n is either 2k plus 1. Let me say, कोई भी पॉजिटिव इंटीजर है वो इधर क्या होगा, इवन होगा और ऑड होगा, इसके अलावा कुछ नहीं होगा. ठीक है, तो मैंने ये बता दिया. Therefore, for every epsilon greater than 0, there exists some n0 in n, such that for all n greater than or equals to n0, this implies that mod of xn minus a less than epsilon, or you can say that limit n tends to infinity, xn is equal to a. Clear?
Yes, sir.
हाँ सर.
Fine. So let me take another example. What does it tell us? Let me find out what I have written. Yes. let 0 less than y1 less than x1 define xn plus 1 is equal to xn plus yn by 2 and yn plus 1 is equal to under root of xn into yn for n belongs to n. Prove that yn is increasing and bounded above. Prove that and xn is decreasing and bounded below. Also show that xn and yn converges to the same limit. ये एग्जाम्पल है। एक चीज मैं आपको बता देता हूँ, जब आपको अंडर रूट और दो एलिमेंट है ए और बी, उसका अंडर रूट है और उसका सम आ रहा है, तो somehow you need to think about geometric mean and arithmetic mean. जब भी आपको समेशन आ रहा है, यहाँ पे देखिए xn plus yn है और अंडर रूट xn into yn है, so you must have to think about geometric mean and arithmetic mean. xn और yn का geometric mean क्या होगा? xn plus yn by 2 and उसका geometric mean क्या होगा? This is arithmetic mean and this is geometric mean. So here we have given that 0 less than y1 less than x1 and xn plus 1 is arithmetic mean of xn and yn, and this is nothing but we know that geometric mean is less than or equal to arithmetic mean. So from this you can say that what is geometric mean? X and yn less than or equal to xn plus yn by 2. The reason is this: xn and yn are positive. From this you can see. Okay, fine. So what is under root x and y? It is nothing but yn plus 1 less than or equal to, this is nothing but xn plus 1. Here यहाँ तक क्लियर हो गया?
Yes, sir.
अभी क्या करेंगे देखिए, बहुत इजी है। बोलिए, कुछ आइडिया आ रहा है यहाँ से हमें क्या करना चाहिए? तो भाई
नहीं सर।
वैभव,
नो सर।
नहीं आ रहा है?
नहीं
नहीं
सर।
आ रहा है।
This is true for all n. So from this you can say that yn is less than or equal to xn. Replace n plus 1 by, clear? n by n minus 1, replace n by n minus 1, so you will get this. Let me say this to be 1. ये समझ में आया यहाँ तक?
Yes, sir.
हाँ सर.
Fine. Let me say this to be 1. Fine. So now let's begin with bn, yn plus 1. What is yn plus 1? Xn plus 1. First of all, let us consider this. Xn plus 1 is nothing but xn plus yn by 2. Clear? Away.
Sir.
It is given that xn plus 1 is equal to, see, I want to show that xn is decreasing. So when I can say that this is decreasing, I must have to show that xn plus 1 less than or equal to xn for all n. So somehow I need to bring right xn on right side of right side. Okay, so I need to bring xn on right side with less than or equal to. Fine. So yn less than or equal to what? I will keep xn as it is. Yn less than or equal to we go.
हाँ सर.
समझ में आया कि नहीं क्या किया मैंने?
हाँ सर आया.
So from this you can conclude that therefore xn is bounded or decreasing. Clear? Now let us consider this yn plus 1 equal to. Now I want to show that yn is increasing. It is given by, so from this you can see xn is bigger than yn. Clear? From 1. So I will keep first xn as it is. Okay. Replace. I want to bring yn on right side. So xn is bigger than yn. I will keep second yn as it is. So this is nothing but yn square. The reason is this: yn is positive. Therefore, we need to take positive. So yn plus 1 is greater than or equals to, or yn less than or equal to yn plus 1 for all n. Therefore, yn is monotonically increasing sequence. Clear? समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है?
हाँ सर.
आ रहा है सर.
फाइन. ये yn इंक्रीजिंग है और x1 डिक्रीजिंग है ना, तो ये एक बात तो तय है कि, और ये देखिए यहाँ पे क्या है, yn लेस देन और इक्वल टू xn और yn इंक्रीजिंग है, तो y1 will be the smallest, y1 less than or equal to y2. So y1 less than or equal to yn for all n, which is less than or equal to xn, and which is less than or equal to. ये समझ में आया कि नहीं? This is a very nice or crucial step.
आया सर.
ये स्टेप बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है, समझ में, क्योंकि yn है वो क्या है, डिक्रीजिंग सीक्वेंस है. द रीजन इज दिस, और xn एक्स एन डिक्रीजिंग है और वाई एन कैसी है, इंक्रीजिंग है। Therefore y1 is the smallest one, the x1 is the largest one. So y1 is a lower bound and this is upper bound. Therefore both xn and yn are bounded. Therefore limit of xn and limit of yn exist. Okay. Now let us take limit of xn is equal to L and limit of yn is equal to n. I want to show that both converges to the same limit. ये मुझे प्रूव करना है. So I need to show that. What is my claim? I want to show that L equal to M. Clear? So now what is yn plus 1? Or xn plus 1? Xn plus 1 is given and it is equal to xn plus y. See, xn plus 1 is xn plus y. So let me begin from that. Okay. So therefore limit as n tends to infinity. Limit as n tends to infinity, xn plus yn by 2. What is limit of xn? You assume that this is L. L is equal to L plus m by 2. Clear? This is L and this is y.
हाँ सर,
समझ में आ रहा है?
L/2 plus M/2 आ रहा है.
So from this you can say that L and m both are. Therefore limit n tends to infinity, xn equal to limit n tends to infinity y. ठीक है? So this is about monotonically increasing and decreasing sigma. So we stop here. Okay. In the next lecture we will see some new topic. So let me download it now. आप लोग का इंग्लिश का लेक्चर था कि नहीं था?
हाँ सर, लेकिन वो लिंक ही नहीं भेजी तो ज्वाइन कैसे हुए?
लिंक वो कैलेंडर में सेट किया था लेक्चर?
नहीं किया था.
कैलेंडर में भी
आप बोलिए मैडम को आप लिंक भेजे, क्योंकि उसका मैडम का कॉल आया था, वो पूछ रहे थे. मैं उसको बोल दूंगा कि आप लिंक भेजिए. ठीक है?
हाँ सर.
हाँ सर, 11:30 से 12:30 तक हो सकता है क्या लेक्चर?
नहीं, ये मेरा सुपरविजन है मॉर्निंग में.
सुबह में.
सुबह में क्या है कि आई एम नॉट अवेलेबल, क्योंकि मॉर्निंग में क्या होता है, मेरा 10 से 12 सुपरविजन की ड्यूटी है. LLB के एग्जाम है ना. ठीक है, इसलिए.
सर कितने दिन तक है?
थोड़े दिन ही है, 10 तारीख तक. ठीक है.
ओके सर.
सर आपने वो